Fine Music 510. We turn to our artificial intelligence host, Rodney Biscow.
Well, I'll have to have a seance to bring him back, I think. But I don't have any candles to light in the room. And besides, it's daytime. I
No.
have to wait till night to bring the spirit of Rodney out. Question for Don. Last week you mentioned a model number on the Panasonic cassette player, and I wrote it down, but I lost it. So
I
what do you?
memorized it.
Yes, I'm gonna write it down
RTF.
again. What is it? RTF?
RTF. Or is it RFT?
Yes, it is. What are the two?
550.
550. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. That's the one with
it
the hookups
really
and
is.
stuff that plugs in the back.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it works with
And you
batteries
liked it.
or plug it
And
in.
you liked it because it didn't
You
have the when you recorded it.
you didn't get that machine sound when you recorded on it.
Exactly. That's what I was
Mhm.
hoping for. I went to that place in Oceanside to the big thrift store. They didn't have any cassette recorders or players there. So I'm gonna have
You're
to
not.
keep I have to look
Are,
online.
I think we're recording, but
That's okay.
I took that boombox into Anaheim Stadium for a Pink Floyd concert,
Oh my goodness.
and I sat in the middle of the infield, right in the middle of the stadium, recorded the whole thing.
Oh,
Nice.
wow. They didn't stop you?
After
Wow.
they asked me, "What's that for?" and I said, "Oh, so I can listen to music during intermission." Let me in.
Hey, I've brought my camera to concerts and taken pictures at concerts, and every once in a while they'll say, "No, you can't have the camera." I said, "Well, I'm not going to give you my camera, but here, let me take out the battery." So I hand him the battery, and then I go to the front of the stage and take out another battery and put it in the camera. Just don't use a flash. Um, what else was I
But
going to?
we would digress so far. Do you want to restart or you want to
No,
continue?
no, that's okay. I think digression is good here. Talking about recording concerts, Grateful Dead encourages people to record the concert. So you could
True.
go up to where the sound guy is and you could put your digital recorder up there. And there are literally hundreds of recorders up there,
Yeah,
and
that's where the best mix is by the
yes,
soundboards.
exactly. That's the guy who's doing the mix. Anyway, um, I decided to pick some vinyl records from my accumulation. I won't call it a collection because a record collection implies that somebody actually took really good care of their records, never played them or anything like that. And you can tell just by looking at the stuff. These things were not exactly handled with kid gloves. Um, and here's my jazz, well, one of them for the week.
Oh,
I got this from my dad. This record was recorded in 1959. Lionel Hampton with Rhythm and Reed's Golden Vibes. And this album includes a couple of numbers that you might recognize. My Funny Valentine. I don't know how funny that song is, though. The High and the Mighty. You would have to probably be old enough to remember that movie, to remember the theme song. And weirdly enough, I hadn't thought of that theme song for many, many decades. And as soon as I saw the title, it went into my head. Now I can't get it out of my head. And I think John Wayne or some old macho guys in there. Um, there's that one, and I don't know if you would call this jazz or not. But Don, you might relate to this a little bit. Have you ever heard of the Pasadena Roof Orchestra?
Why no?
wow. No.
Pasadena Roof Orchestra. These guys do songs from the 40s. And I think when did this record come out? It's old. And the only problem that I see is it's on Island Records, and Island Records, in my opinion, has some of the most poorly recorded albums on the planet. The
Oh,
quality of
really?
vinyl is, I just haven't really had a lot of good luck with them. Let's see. Island Records.
Traffic was on Island Records, man.
What's that?
Traffic was on Island Records.
Yeah, they were on there for a while. They were also on another label too, weren't they?
Electra,
There you
they
go.
went from United Artists to Island to Electra. Their last album was on Electra before they broke up. But then I don't know what their reunion album was on.
The Doors were on Elektra
Yeah.
at some point. This is in 1974. Okay. We got Paddle and Madeline Home. You Got Me Crying Again. Wobbly Walk. Love in Bloom. Me and Jane in a Plane. Savoy Christmas medley. And it's a lot of horns, trumpets, tubas. These guys are great. Oh, Nagasaki, where the women wiki wacky woo. Um, Muddy Water, Varsity Drag,
You see.
Can't We Be Friends, Eccentric, Charleston, do the Charleston. And then, come on, baby. That's some of the numbers here. Here's another one that you're going to be jealous of, Don. Okay, you ready? I don't think I've shared this before.
Oh,
Oh,
Godley+Creme.
wow.
Godly?
This is an EP. It's got,
Oh,
of course, it's got an A side and a B side. It's the same. There's 3 songs on it. One side has Cry, extended remix, 7 minutes and 25 seconds. The other side has 2 versions of Cry. One of them is the single version at 3:55, and then an extended version at 6:30. So we got the
so these got
from 10cc.
10cc, yeah.
Yep. And then and that album, what was it? What was the album with the Film of My Love and that? What was the name of that album?
Can't remember.
The original soundtrack.
The original soundtrack. That was a great album. When it came out, I was working at the Cal Poly radio station. All of us were just blown away by that.
75, yeah.
Yeah, here's another group. Not exactly rock and roll, but if you've ever seen Asleep at the Wheel in concert,
Oh, yeah. They're great.
these guys are great. I like the title of their first album. Okay, it's Asleep at the Wheel. Title of the album is Coming Right at You.
Coming right at you.
And I got Ray's autograph on that one.
They were a great swing rock band.
Yes, a great band. And then
Great album covers too.
yep, finally,
Interesting.
one of my favorite songs, albums from the 70s, Nils Lofgren, Cry Tough.
Oh,
Cry tough.
And Cry Tough by Nils Lofgren. I got to go backstage and meet this guy,
oh,
and I
wow.
was very surprised. He's like 5 feet 4 inches tall. He's like a
Yeah,
little
he's a short guy.
you know. But this is a great album, and it was pretty much different from a lot of the other things that were coming out at the time. Let's see what the date is on this. It's let's see, it's 1976. Wow.
I would recommend the first Grin album.
Yes. Oh, Nils Lofgren and Grin. Yes.
That's got some great, he was like a great power pop rock.
Yes. And
Every one of his albums were great, but
yes.
when he was in Grin, I had those first 3 or 4 Grin, 3 albums from Grin. They were tremendous.
Were any of those produced by
They
Todd
never
Rundgren?
mid it. He never made it on his own either.
Not really. No,
And
it's too
came
bad.
out with great albums, one after
Yes.
another.
Yes. Agreed. Did Todd Rundgren produce any of his stuff?
I don't
I don't remember.
I haven't played some of his stuff in a while, but I had that Grin album, and when I ran a record store, I played that album to hell trying to get people to buy it.
Did you ever have guest musicians in your store?
No. But
It's curious.
my second store we had a nightclub speakers in the first store that I helped run, and then the second store I ran in Hyannis, Massachusetts, we had JBL speakers. So I just blasted the music whenever young people were in.
That's the 70s, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I had Advent
And
speakers.
record stores from 1971 to 74, 2
Nice.
different stores.
Oh, nice. Well, anyway, that's my deal for today.
Okay, since you're talking about vinyl, I want to show this to you.
Yeah, good. Oh my goodness, look at that.
I'm selling
You got the
this.
butcher cover.
Beatles yesterday and today.
This is a steamed off version. The original was covered and then people steamed it off. It hasn't rarely been played, and I'm selling this with a starting price of $1,700 if anyone wants to buy it.
Whoa, nice.
That is very, very
Rare.
very
See,
original.
I could pay my rent or I could buy this album.
That was banned here in the United States.
I bought it in December of 66
Holy
in a
cow.
record store in Greenwich Village.
Before they banned it.
Mhm.
No, this one I found
They
out a
recalled the
friend,
copies and
a
restickered
friend-
them. Yeah.
yeah, a friend did some research and he thinks it was a steamed off version that they put a new cover on with them around a suitcase, and people steamed it off and found the the original cover.
Can you imagine how much
Record
that would
store
have
had
cost at
one
the time?
copy left.
Can you imagine how much that would have cost at the time to do that, to recall albums from the store and then take, another cover and put it on there? That's like
Yeah.
expensive.
Only for the Beatles.
Only for the Beatles.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Let's move on. More to come.